Afternoon, everybody. How we doing? How we all doing then? A few technical issues again. YouTube keeps changing its stuff all the time. It's a nightmare trying to sort it out. So they've changed the streaming now. I don't know. Well, hopefully it'll work better next time. I tried about 5 times to go live and it kept telling me no, you can't. But I'm here. How's everybody today anyway? I'm feeling a slightly worse for wear today. Bit of a heavy quiz night last night. You know what it's like. Right, who we got in then? We got Theo in. More chickens? No more chickens. Afternoon, David. George, hi George. You're not here, your body's still asleep on the sofa. I wish mine was, George. Benji, hi Benji, how are you? Keith, hello Keith. He's got his cup. Just going down through. I think you're saying there's an AF118, but this is not found in transistor radio. I know. It does appear in that Dynatron though, doesn't it? For some bizarre reason. Hi Chris, how are you? Who else we got in? Barry Charney, good afternoon to you, Barry. Hi Rob, how are you? Rob Titheridge. Gary Cooper, hi Gary. I think I'm catching up with everybody. $25 to post 4 screwdrivers. Hi Andrew Ausfa, how are you? Phil the Power Taylor, Doug McCartin, afternoon Doug. Isabel ringing. Isabel ringing. Very good. You're here to remember CB. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's that much about at the moment, but you know, I will get an area up. I've ordered a pole. I've got a couple poles coming. I didn't want 2, I only wanted 1 really, but I've had to order 2 for some reason. Oh well. Afternoon Rob Cross, how are you? Dave Malik, hi. You got technical issues with the sofa, George, have you? Hi, VU2KOC from India. Welcome. Good to see you. Brett Ski, hi. Brett, how are you? Superbike Rider, Clive. Mr. Cody's. Paul sent hi to everybody as well now. Hi, Harb. How you doing? Gavin, hi Gavin. I think I said hello, Gavin, but I've lost track now. Paul's spamming us now. Tracer, have poles for your beans. Yeah, this is like a scaffold pole. I don't think you'd be putting beans up with that, Theo. Christ, Paul, I'm going to time you out in a minute. Shango. Are you a ham radio operator? Hi, Bjorn. Is that Victor Uniform 2, Kilo Oscar Charlie? Hi, Andy, how are you? So yes, I've bought some more CBs, haven't I? I don't know what's going on with me, but I've had my eye on the Harrier home base for quite some time, and one came up which was actually, it's got its original box as well, which was a bit of a revelation. I forgot that, so I've got to put Benji's banner up for him. Benji wouldn't be right without his banner, would you, Benji? Yes. Tree? I don't know what's going on in here today. Don't confuse me. I'm easily confused today. Easily confused today. So yes, I never had a Harrier home base actually. I had the Uniden 300 home base. I think I did have a York home base at one stage. Trouble is, I don't know. Back in the days of CB, I used to chop and change my kit all the time. If something I thought was better came up, I'd snap it up and swap it around. But I got rid of some great kit really. But there you go. That's what you do, isn't it? Tear the banner down. You love it, Benji. Benji's it's your own banner. It's your own banner. Pardon me. There you go, Benji. Just for you, that. Just for you, mate. Right, so say I bought two CBs. I bought a little Rotel as well. I might start with the not Rotel. It is a Rotel really, but it's actually a Harvard 420M, which is quite a nice little radio. So let's have a zoom in. I've not tested any of these yet. So as I say, I like to have a play about my own stuff on a Sunday. So unfortunately, you've got CBs again. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. People seem to like the videos. So right, let's sort my cameras out. I was a bit high. There we go. Right. Where am I? Is it okay? Yeah, there I am, up the top. I can see now. It's all clear now. Our Magpie auto scan. That's a nice bit of kit. Benji. Afternoon, Phil Dixon. How are you? Someone gave you a middle CB to fix. It looks like a screwdriver has messed up the circuit board. Oh dear. Stripped the tracks. It's a scrapper. That's a shame, Phil, isn't it? Cody's timed himself out. Thank God for that, Paul. Did the robots take over? It's like a spam bot suddenly appeared. So anyway, this is the radio. It's a Harvard 420M, which is pretty much a Rotel in disguise. It's been quite well used. There's a fair bit of rub into the knobs, but I'm pretty sure, let me just check a minute, I'm pretty sure that I've actually got some of the paint they used to sell for Rotels here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Look at that, I still got it. And it was from Knights as well. I don't know if you can see that or not, but if the camera wants to focus, it might focus. No. Is it going to focus? Come on, you crazy camera. If I go over that way, it might focus. No. Mal Bissett. Thank you very much, Mal. Thanks very much, Mal. So this is nigh on a perfect match for the you can't really see that with the light shining on it for the Rotel rig, so I can pretty much respray all the knobs with this, and it's actually Ford Graphite Grey Metallic. So this is £1.95 many years ago. I don't know what the date cut is. I don't think I've ever used it. No, it's never been used. So there you are. We can repaint the knobs where the paint's rubbed off. And have still got some original knobs as well. Brand new ones for these. I don't know, I kept all my sort of CB repair stuff really, which is good news. Apart from the test set. Let's turn that one on because it needs to warm up. So I'm on the water today, a Corporation Pop today, So cheers, everybody. Bypassing tracks is fine, but when they get fiddly, I would say it's a scrapper. Hi, Simon, how are you? You had a Stalker ST9. You paid £9 for a Roberts RT22. All modes good. What a surprise. The Harvard is probably the same as a Rotel 230, not the 240. The 240's got a few more controls on it than this. In fact, let me go and get my 240 in a minute. We can have a quick comparison. Because I keep forgetting I've got the microphone with me still. My stash has moved into the bedroom for the time being. Come on, let it go. Oh dear. Everything comes tumbling down every time you touch anything. Now, is it the very bottom one? Yes, it is. It would be, wouldn't it? Okay. Right. So yeah, that's the Rotel 240. So as you can see, there's a lot more switches on it, and there's one extra control, which is probably mic gain. Yeah, there's mic gain and a dimmer on this one. The bottom one, the Harvard's got the tone, but you can see it's virtually identical, isn't it? Really, it's one of those sets. I mean, Richard messaged me earlier and said that these are very underrated for what they are, because it is basically a Cybernet radio with the Harvard badge on it. So some of the Harvard stuff is absolute rubbish, like the Good Buddy. I've got about 4 of those up in the loft, scrap chassis that people have just robbed bits off of. But yeah, it's a nice radio, so hopefully it works. It's a bit different with the orange on the Channel 9 button as well. It's got a attenuator on there. So it's not in bad condition. The case could do with a bit of a touch-up. There's a little bit of a ding there. It's had a bit of a whack. You can just about see that if I shine the light across it. Just there. But yeah, the front panel's really tidy. Just needs the knobs touching up. Oh God, did I actually say that? Buy your stuff. What stuff have you got to sell, Benji? Afternoon Colin. You were a touch drunk last night. I think you weren't alone there, Simon. Buy your stuff. Early home-based CVs are nice quality. Amstrad were pretty rubbish. And Harvard, yeah. I mean, as I say, this is the exception to the rule, really. So if you come across one of these, then you'll have to pick one up if you're interested in CBs, even just to have a tinker with. But I will be getting an aerial, so I need to have a think about what aerial to get and what I'm going to use it for. Really, am I going to go back on the CB and start taking part in nets, all that sort of thing? I don't see why not. But I think there is a Cornish net and one up in Somerset as well, but whether I'll be able to get into any of those is another thing, isn't it? Right, shall we have a look and see if there's anything nasty lurking inside this one then? Ooh, the knobs seem to work. Let's pop the lid off and just see what's on. Stick the Well, the overhead camera's not switched on. That won't help. There we go. So, there's no seal on the side, and there's a little bit of shining on these screws, so I think someone has been in here before. Hopefully they haven't done anything. It's always a worry, isn't it? If the screwdriver expert's been in. No 95-year-olds on CB. All right. You need a dummy load. You make one, Simon. You're going to time me out, Paul. Have I been bad? You had an ITT 4400 back in the day, Dave, did you? Lord Sugar. Yeah. Mind you, I think the 901 wasn't a bad set, really. I think they were sort of held in quite high regard. Right, so we've got I was say pull off speaker leads, but that's pretty firmly on there. It's a nice speaker like I need for the Binatone 5-star there, look. Let's see if I can find a scrap one and pinch. Cool. It smells very, very much like CB radios smell inside. I don't know if anyone's taken the lid off of a CB radio and had a sniff, but you have to test the Rotel if you win it. You have to make one, Simon. I made one here out of a couple resistors. I've got 50 ohms, 10 watts written on it, but you have to make one, Simon. I'm sure a man of your capabilities can make something like that. But yes, it smells of old CB radio. Right, let's have a look inside then. Switch the overhead camera on, you can have a look as well. So we need to go that way or that way. That way will do. Oh. Let's get me out of the way in a minute. So, it looks like we're in business. You know, someone's messed about in here by the looks of it. Don't think any of the cores are broken though. Let's turn the light on that one. It does smell a bit though. It smells of electrical sort of, not burning, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I mean, unless anybody else can spot anything, I can't see any issues there. We'll just get my magnifying eyes on a minute and have a quick look at the inside of it. Let's get the light over that way a bit. So look at these cores, make sure we don't have any broken ones. Doesn't look like we have, which is great news. crystal's a bit bent over there. It's bent over the trimmer, which is a bit strange. I think we've, well, I've got lucky with this one. It's absolutely clean, mint inside even. Yeah, literally, it's like brand new inside. So I suppose we better see if it works, don't we? That'll be good. Let's hook it up then. So, where are we? 13.8. I noticed in one of these service manuals the other day, it said the test setup was using 13.2 volts. And it says it in here as well, 13.2 volts nominal. Let's just change that around. A bit darker, a bit light. Yeah, so if you look down here, it says power source 0.8 to 15.6 volts, DC reversible ground, 13.2 volts nominal. So are they saying that to set the radio up, you should set your power supply at 13.2 volts? I've noticed that in the Uniden manual as well. It mentioned 13.2 volts. So I'd assume that all these measurements here are all based around 13.2 volts. So 4 watts, obviously, if they're getting 4 watts at 13.2, if they turn it up to 13.8, it would pip it over 4 watts, I would have thought. Adjacent channel power, spurious ratio. Sensitivity 1 microvolt at 20 dB, noise quieting. That's not a cyanide measurement, is it? Yes. Interesting stuff, but yeah, I thought I'd show you that because I thought that was a bit strange, 13.2. I always thought it was 13.8 volts. You've sent me a Facebook file. Thank you. Yeah, the 901 was good, Mal. But yeah, this one looks absolutely immaculate inside. I hope the Harrier is as good inside as this one is. So let's connect it up to the test set. We'll see what it's doing. Got all my wires all twisted up here. Hopefully it's doing something. Extension speaker. So again, that's wired differently to the way the Binatone 5 star's wired. On the back of the Harvard and on the box, you've got a box as well, Isabel, have you? It does say made in Japan by Cybernet Electronics Corp. Dead right. It says it on the back there. If you can see that or not. Let's go a bit closer. Yeah, it does say that. Made in Japan by Cybernet Electronics Corp. It's still got the protective film over that as well. Okay, so we're in the off position. Let's pop our power in. Okay, so far so good. Have we got noise? Where's that microphone? Let's plug the Radiomobile mic in it. So let's turn them on. We can hear the tone straight away. That's 0.5 microvolts. And it's even registering on the meter as about S1 and a bit. S1, S2. So yeah, the meter's about right as well. I'm getting some sort of interference in here on CB, so whether it's because the case is off, I don't know. So let's go frequency 79125 megahertz. So let's key it up. Still got this interference thing, haven't we? Let's pop the case back on the top and see if that stops it. What it's doing it's doing 4.2 watts. It's slightly off frequency. Let's see if I can get you over to the test set a minute. Bear with me. Just do my cameraman bit. Okay. Let's get my body out of the way. So you can just about see the test set. A little bit too far over that way, really. But a bit. No. So I'm just playing with it. There we go. No, that's moving again. Anyway, so if I key up, gain. So it should be 79125. It's 79099, and we're slightly high on the output power. 4.16. Let's try it on channel 1. 4.16. Channel 40. So it's nice. It's all the way across the band. Brilliant. Yeah. So, what shall we do? Should we see if we can get some more out of it? Stretch them coils. No, no, Harb. No stretchy the coils. No stretch the coils. Now we're going to do this. I'd need to be over here, wouldn't I? I don't know why we're getting this feedback issue. Yeah, I really don't know why we're getting this feedback issue. If I go picture in picture with that. Modulation's a bit low on it. Two. This is modulation. This is our receive voltage, AF voltage really. You do it in volts. A lot of the books tell you to trim it using the voltage meter, but I think having watched Richard of UKCB radio servicing use the cyanide method, I think that's got to be best. I mean, if we go to what we're getting for 12 dB cyanide at the moment, this interference, I don't know what this is interfering. It might be my power line adapter, I'm not sure. It could be something to do with the test set, I don't know, but yeah, so for roughly a 12 dB cyanide, it's 0.34 microvolts, which is pretty good. We can hear it way lower than that. So if we take that as a reference, 12 dB cyanide for 0.34. Let me just get a pen. See if we can improve that. Pardon me. This is 0.34 microvolts. So we probably can. You never know. It's performing pretty well, to be honest. Almost seems a shame to touch it, but I think we'll go through the receive and transmit on it. We haven't got anything gunked up with wax, which is nice as well. So yeah, I'm really not sure why we're getting feedback with this mic. I've tried other mics and it still does the same. Actually, we've got the mic that comes with the home base Harrier mic, so we could try that one. So at the moment, that's that mic. Oh, actually, the guy said there was a problem with this mic, actually. There's a loose wire. Still does it with that mic. And last of all, the microphone that came with this. It's a Midland mic for some bizarre reason. I don't know why it's feeding back, but there you go. So what we'll do is we'll try and get an improvement on the... Let's take that out for a minute. It's not very nice mic, that is it? Nice if you've got a Midland. To have the right mic is always good. You know, I quite like this Radiomobile one. It's made really, I don't know, it's really tough. It's a really good moulding they've used. Right. What's this about? 134 is a York 863, yeah. 863 is a lovely radio. I sold one of those a few years ago. What's the 12 dBm point? 0.34 microvolts, George. You like watching the Stabberlock? You spend a lot of time unstretching calls and cleaning up the bands. Your nickname should be Band Sweeper. Turn the volume down. What we'll do is, it won't hurt to have the speaker disconnected for now while we're doing the transmit. It's actually easier to stick a desk mic on to lock it, because you need about 3 hands else. Right, picture in picture. There we go. So we're looking at this meter here now, really. This is the power reading. I'll leave that up for Simon's benefit. So let's have a look which coils we've got to trim. We'll get it as best as we can and then set it back to factory 4 volts, because it is a little bit over. Not that that little bit would make any difference really, but let's do it right, shall we? Right, let me find me tweaking tools. Got a few trimmers. And these are good. I like these CK ones. I don't know if you can still get them. I know someone did look them up a while back. I think they are still available. But these fit the course perfectly. So one of them's for the hexagonal course, which I think is that one. Yep. And that one's for the smaller ones. And I'll use that one for the other ones. There we go. Right. So let me just suss out which ones. I know it's down through here basically. I think it's not that one. That's a VCO. I think it's these 3 and then into these 2, 3 here. But I will double check. Look, you can see that part, can you? Let's just move it this way a little bit. Okay, we need to be out about there. There you go. I think you can see the test set all right, can't you? I can't see what it looks like my end. You reckon it's feeding back through the Stabberlock speaker, Harp, do you? Well, I assume it's the test set speaker because the speaker's not connected, is it? It's got to be. Or the microphone. Anyway, we'll take that out for a minute. So, what was I doing? I was trying to sort out that one. Let me just get the alignment procedure out. PLL 10.24. So we'll do that first. That's a little trimmer down here by the crystal. That's just out of shot. I see a little tiny red one down there. So we're on channel 20. We key it up. Let's get a little screwdriver. Let's just trim that up. Other way. Quite touchy. There we go. So it's flickering. 2425. Just tweak him a little bit more. I know I've been finicky. You don't need it that accurate, but. There we go, 79125. You notice this does stick in transmit sometimes, this test set, so I must have a word with Steve that I got it from. Occasionally it still stays keyed up. But there you are. That's that done. So Vco adjustment, we can check that. 12 volt range, TP1 and ground. See if I can get this in the shot as well. You see that? A bit of glare. Worse glare. Let's just turn that picture in picture off a minute. I don't need that for this. So test point 1 is absolutely covered in wax, but I think I can just, it looks like it's been moved before. Let me just have a quick look. Okay. Let's just use that as a ground for a minute. That's quite a bit out. It's wandering a bit as well. That can't be right. Let's try the other ground. Just clip a lead onto there. Might be floating chassis. That's better. Okay, well that figure should be 4 volts plus or minus 0.01. So we're going to need to alter that. That's T1 coil clockwise, so it's 4 volts. Right, where's my tweaker gone? There's T1 there, isn't it? Okay. It's quite a way out that was, wasn't it? It's being funny with the tool. Let's get a ceramic screwdriver and do that one. Tell you what, display board's getting warm. Even with a ceramic tool in it, it's a little bit fiddly. Oh dear. Actually, no, we're wrong, aren't we? Oh, you fool. No. Cock that up. It probably was right. It's got to be done on channel 40. Start again. Start again, Graham. It's probably fine. Oh, it's finicky. Come on. Every time you take the screwdriver out, it changes again. That's good enough. Set to transmit. And do it again. 3.5, and that is the little trimmer in behind in it there. There we go. So receive. Still a fraction high, that one, isn't it? That's going to be a pain in the neck, that. I'm surprised it's not sealed, actually, because I'm sure that was easily moved. So it's right where you want it to be is where it jumps. There we go. That's good. Good. Right, done. Let's put that back in for a minute. You keep asking what's happening, Benji. You need to pay attention. Right, that's a VCO done then. So select the channel selector to channel 1 and check that 1.8 to 2.5 volts. Let's do that then. 2.3, that's brilliant. Repeat steps and adjust CT1 for 4 volts. Okay, so it's the same. So in transmit, they want it in transmit as well. So transmit 2.3, receive 2.3, that's fine. So transmitter then first. 9 volts, T2, 3 and 4. I don't think we need to do that with a scope because we're using the cyanide meter. So let's not bother with that method. RF driver, RF power. So basically you've got to attach your scope to the antenna port. Well, I'm not going to do that because it will blow my scope up. So I won't be doing that. Right, so that's done. I have got the bits now to make my little RF tap, but I'm waiting for a stepped drill bit. Let's get this off my head. It makes my head sweat, those goggles. I'm still here, by the way. I'm still here. I'm still here. What's happening now? George Beggarall, it needs to be an analog VM for all the alignments, or use an analog scope. You want to see some valve work, Paul, do you? Your scope won't blow up, just turn off terminator. Terminator? I've got a terminator in my scope? So 2, 3, 4, 4, 8 and 9. 2, 3, 4, 4, 8 and 9. Two, 3, 4, 4, 8 and 9. It's got a nice little board layout as well with my 240 manual. T2, 3 and 4, yeah, so that's these two and that one there, 2, 3 and 4. So let's get over to the power meter. Actually, let's get rid of me. Cyanide meter, no, power meter I want, don't I? Of course you do, fool. Okay, so this meter here we're looking at. So we'll do it on channel 20. So where's me trimmer there? So 2. Three. No, can't get anything more out of that. And 4. No change. So into the whoa. He's doing a shed load, this one. Still going. .3 onto the next one. Still doing 5.3 in the last one. Cool. Dear, oh dear. Well, it'll do 6.5 volts. 6.63 volts. Volts? Volts? What? Fool. Yeah, I do need a signal sampler to use the scope, really. So now we've got to trim it back, and there's a specific way of doing these. So adjust it with no modulation, total current energy 1.4 amps. It is I'm in the wrong one, am I? 13.8. Let's just turn it back to 13.8. It's drawing 1.37, so that's bang on. Right, aura power adjustment. Right, so we've got to rotate L4 counterclockwise to obtain 4.4. L4, I think, is the middle one. No, it's not. Which is L4. The first one. It's the first one, so I've got to turn this one till the meter reads, let's say, counterclockwise, clockwise. So we get down to 4.4. Well, that's not my meter. 4.39, that's good enough. And then L9 counterclockwise to get to 3.8. So we'll do that counterclockwise to get to 4. Come on, 4 please. 3.98 or 4.3 there, 4.03. Let's try that on channel 1. Slightly high on channel 1. Channel 40, 3.98. Well, I think that's good enough, don't you? 4.08. Yeah, that's pretty much bang on. Happy with that. Right. How are we doing on the chat? Hi Aston, how are you? Okay. So now we need to look at the receive. So let's get you on the voltmeter. So before we started, we had 0.34 microvolts for 12 dB sine out. So that's what we're going to aim for. For some reason we are totally deaf now. It's because we're not on channel 20. Right, receive then. Receiver 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So that's what we're doing this section here now. So basically saying, let's just turn that noise down a minute. It's saying connect the circuit, blah, 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 adjust 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11 for maximum signal. Final adjustment should be performed with 0.5 microvolts. Generator output level with antenna input level. 0.5. After completing the above procedure, rotate T5 clockwise half a turn. It's unusual. I don't know what that's for, but we'll do it if that's what it says. T5, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11 then. So I believe from last time it's that one, T5, 7, no that's 6. No, it's not 7, there's nothing in 6 of this radio. 6. Oh, sorry, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Right, okay. I've got it. I think I've got it. So let's use this. The wires all in the way. Here it goes then. So we'll turn the tone on a little bit so we can hear it. So we're looking for an increase in this one. A little bit. Nope, nothing. Yeah, we've got a little bit. Got a little bit. pretty good, to be fair. I've managed to get a little bit out of it. So let's pop it up to 12 dB. Well, we've gained a little bit. We've gained a little bit, not a lot. So it's now 0.32 and it was 0.34. It's wavering a bit, but so if we stick the scope on a minute. And get all the wires out of the way. We'll do the detector. I don't know if you'll be able to see the scope. Let's have a look. I've got a lot of wires in front of the scope at the moment. Is it going to focus? So if I put in 100, microvolts. We'll just do the detector down there. Let's get that don't want that clipping. It's clipping a little bit there, isn't it? There we go, that'll do it. What else have we got to do then? Hi Nick, how are you? You fixed the CB amp, 0.3 plus 25 dBm from your signal gives 10 watts. Biasing was all wrong on the MOSFETs. Well done then, Nick. Sounds a lot. So I think it's just the meters now, isn't it? So RV4 is the RF meter adjustment. So let me get the camera back down on the radio. For some reason the camera doesn't want to focus very well today. Yeah, you can sort of see the S meter. There's leads in the way though, isn't it, really? A bit silly. That's a bit better there, I suppose. let's find RV4 then. We can find RV4. 2. 1. Which one's that? No name. 5. 4. There he is. At the back there. Just in there. So let's have a look what it's doing when I key it up. At the moment. Oh, it's actually absolutely bang on. It's showing exactly 4 watts. So we don't need to adjust that one, but if we did, it was that one just in there. That one, which is underneath. That one there. Where's my next pages in my book? Squelch. S meter, 100 microvolts, RV3 indicating S9. So let's try. We've got 100 microvolts on there. So it should be S9. And it is S9. Well, it's very fraction out. Which one is it? RV3. 2, but it's that one there. Where's that squelch one? See, it was a fraction out. Not a lot, so that was one up here. Let's turn that racket down. Squelch adjustment then. So 10 microvolts. 10 microvolts. Rotate squelch fully clockwise. Oh, set a signal generator. Rotate squelch fully clockwise. Fully clockwise? How does that work then? Let's turn that off a minute. Amplitude. Let's go down. Let me read that again. I'm not quite getting this. How are we doing in the chat anyway? Yeah, I've got plenty of CBs, Nick. I'm sure I can sort you one out. Set a signal generator to provide 10 microvolts, 20 dBs. With 1 kilohertz audio, a 0.8 kilohertz deviation. Just RV1 so the audio output decreases. So let's take that right down. So then increase it gradually until the squelch opens. It should be RV1. So it's pretty good, to be fair. I can't really argue with that. It's pretty much bang on. Let's just give it a little tweak. Let's come in right and let's turn it maximum. Let's see how much it takes to get it to come on. And let's try 100. 100. It's coming in at 100 microvolts. It's actually coming in around about 37 microvolts. Probably a bit sensitive. But yeah, it's coming in about 40 microvolts. That's it. That's pretty much it with that one. There's not a lot more we can do to that. It's finito. Working absolutely fantastically. This feedback thing is strange though. I don't know whether it's my test set doing it. You wouldn't have thought you'd get that though, would you? You fix a CB amp. Hi Dom, how are you? Couldn't hear you earlier at all, Dom. Apologies for that. Obviously you couldn't hear me either. So my microphone looks a bit quieter than normal, doesn't it? For some reason. That's up maximum. Oh well. I won't mess with it. It's perfectly readable, I'm sure. Yeah, amplifiers. You don't want to be using that on CB, Nick, anyway, really. Yeah, how you doing, Aston? So there we go. That's the Rotel. Sorry, not Rotel. I keep calling it a Rotel. It's a Harvard 420 FM. M even. Dear, oh dear. Where's me go? Fool. So that one is absolutely bang on now. Perfect. Just like it came out of the factory. Very good on receive anyway. I didn't get hardly anything out of it. I could have probably fiddled about for an hour and got it even better, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, I'm dropping stuff everywhere again as usual. So I suppose we ought to try it, see if we can get Mrs. Cruncher to do a test. I don't know where she is though at the moment. Let's connect it up. Oh, deviation. I was going to do deviation. What does it say about deviation? It doesn't say. Modulation sensitivity, frequency. Yes, it does. It does definitely say in here. It should be, all these tests should be done at 30.2 volts DC. Yeah. Ah, 2.15, so it is right then. Deviation is fine. Deviation is no problem. I think Mrs. Cruncher might be out with the dogs in the field actually. Yeah, the case has had a bit of a ding, hasn't it, by the speaker there. Oh well. Right. Yes, we must see where Mrs. Cruncher is. Let's put these screws back in a minute. And then we'll go and see if I can give her the handheld. Hi Michael, how are you? Workshop calling Mrs. Cruncher. Yeah. A beer delivery. No, I don't think we're doing any beer today. I think I've done enough alcohol yesterday to last me the week actually. I don't know, something about our Saturday night quiz and the consumption of alcohol. They seem to go together for some reason. I don't know what it is. I blame the host really. That's Chris. He's not in today actually. I haven't seen Chris yet. Right, let me just see where Mrs. C is a minute. Are you back in, Car? I say yes. Can you give me a quick test on this? Right. Let's hook Mrs. Cruncher up. So this is the set that should be using. It's got a knackered aerial on it, so it's not brilliant, but it does work. So we'll get that down to Mrs. Cruncher and give it a test. So bear with me. I'll mute the mic just in case she says anything, any profanities. Right, Mrs. Cruncher's all geared up. Just going to come and plug all this lot back in, and then we're in business. I ought to video the other side of the conversation, really, didn't I? Ought to, really. So let's connect the dummy load in, because we'll just transmit out the dummy load. The right power lead. Microphone. It's in the front. I'm trying to find the microphone in the side and it's not there. Also on. Squelch. Mrs. Cruncher, are you there? Come in, Mrs. Cruncher. Mrs. Cruncher, can you hear me? I hope she can hear me. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, you're buzzing. Oh, don't know why that is. Just turn that test set off. Try again. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, there you are. Is it still buzzing, is it?
Still very crackly, yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you fine. It's just because I'm not got an aerial on. Yeah, you got to. Oh, it's got to tell me off. You got to tell me off. Can you talk a bit more so I can hear some audio? Can you say something?
Oh, do you want a duck and orange story?
You can read me a story if you want.
I don't think it could be heard, though.
Okie doke, thank you.
You're welcome, bye.
Yeah, 10-10. Crackers. She's crazy. She's crazier than me. She's crazier than me, she is. It's working. Fit a whistling Dixie Roger Bleep. Yeah, that'd be good. There was some chat. There's some stations on 6 meters. Dom. I could ask her, couldn't I? Mrs. Cruncher, are you still there? Mrs. Cruncher, have you turned it off? She's turned it off. She's turned it off, Michael. She just cut me off in my prime look, couldn't she? Well, there we go. So that one is done. Working very nicely. Let's take that mic off. Just needs a clean up, really. And the knobs need a touch up. Cool, it's a tight fit. Okay. Incidentally, that did come with it did come with its mounting bracket, which is a bit ropey. Zoom you in a bit far out, am I? It came with its mounting bracket, which is a bit ropey, needs a respray. It's also come with a power lead and the knobs for the sidelets. So that was a bit of a bargain, really. I can't remember how much I paid for it now. It's certainly is a cracking set, isn't it? These scissors. Let's have a quick look at this. Well, she's going to put the steaks on it. I think we got roast pork for tea, I believe. Slow roasted. So it should hopefully just fall apart. Sounds nice, doesn't it? Oh, look at that. We've even got the screws, and we've got a decent power lead as well. It's not been butchered. Still got the tinned ends on it, look. What fuse have we got in there? Two amp. That's fine. Yeah. There we go. So we've even got the side screws and a bracket, look. Can't be bad. And a power lead. And it's just a shame we haven't got the original mic, really. We just got that we just got that Midland mic. So if anyone's got a Harvard microphone fitted to their Midland radio, I'll do you a swap. Straight swap, how about that? Right, let's clear this up and we'll get the other radio up on the bench. This will be interesting. Exactly the same board, so yeah, exactly the same circuit board in it. Obviously, we've now got a mains power supply in there as well, which makes it a little bit more interesting because we're going to probably have to do a couple capacitors. Yay! Capacitor time. So as I say, it came with its original Harrier mic. Nothing special really. These mics, they're all right, but needs a blimmin' good clean up. Let's get the overhead camera out of the way a minute. Get my screwdrivers out of the way. So what I thought I'd do is power this one up initially with the 12-volt supply. So let's get him up for a look. There we are. It's a monster. It's not that big, actually. I think the ultimate base station was the Midland 76900. That was a beauty. I've worked on those as well. They're really nice. I had a mate that had one and he was forever fiddling with the blimmin' thing. So we've got a mains plug. We've got a pretty, I don't know what's happened there. It looks like it's had sticky label put on it or something. It's the original lead. It's in pretty good nick though, isn't it? I mean, for a radio, what's this? This would have been 1980s, I expect. But it's a bit dusty. It needs all this cleaning really. You know, this is a bit grubby here, but all the lettering's on there. There's no rubbing off on the lettering. The knobs are all fine. Pull for on. It's always weird on these. You've got to pull it to turn it on. Squelch, RF gain. We've got delta tune, high and low power, I think that is, channel 9, and high and low tones. So it's not got as many bells and whistles as like that Rotel 240 I showed you, but still is a nice radio, isn't it? Hi Ganesh, how are you? It's raining there, is it? So there we go. On the back, we've got a phone socket as well. Someone's even put the original cap on the microphone socket. It's even got the cap on the back there as well. As I say, I have got the original box with this. So it says 13.2 volts, look. Why is it then that every CB power supply you can buy is 13.8? But it actually says 13.2, look. We've got extension speaker socket, fuse for the mains. Again, Dixon's Photographic Limited. Now I did find an advert actually. Let me see if I can get that up for you a minute. I did find an advert for one of these from back in the day. Let me see if I can find it. For anyone that's interested. Where is it? Here we go. Hopefully you can see that. It's let's just get rid of me a minute. It's quite small on the screen, isn't it? Let's just zoom in. Is it going to let me zoom in? No. Ah, there we go. So how can we get rid of this thing now, though? It's annoying. Anyway, I'm sure you can see on the bottom there, £149.90 this was. And I think this advert is from the 80s. There's a Harrier CB, £20 off. $59.99, and the Harrier CBX, which I actually had that radio, $89.99. Oh, it's gone now. If I go up here, it disappears. Yes, there's other bits and pieces there. Look. Antennas, what's that up at the top? Walkie-talkies. Scout or Harrier WT2, never heard of that. Looks quite good though. All this stuff was, all of the Cybernet stuff was really good. So I think I've seen them advertised a lot cheaper than $89.99. I think when CB started disappearing, they went down to about 40-50 quid at the end, but I paid around that price for mine brand new from Halford. So there you go. I don't know, that's not dated, is it, that advert? I can't see any date on it. No. There you go. CB sale. Bit of nostalgia for you. Let's get rid of that. I think it's F11. Sean, are you there, mate? Welcome. I didn't see you pop in. Cheers, Sean. Thank you very much. Off to Scotland. He's off to Scotland. He's off to Scotland on the bike soon. Anyway, so let's have a look at this little beastie and see if it works. I hope it does. So he said something about the microphone had a dodgy lead because if you twist it, it goes off or something. But could have a broken contact. But we'll try it anyway. Okay. Hi Dave, how are you? It's fairly basic, isn't it? But it's got pretty much everything you need on it. The only thing it hasn't got is mic gain, I suppose. But then if you set the microphone up right, it shouldn't need mic gain. It's very good nick. Just as I say, it needs a good clean. So let's plug in 13.2 volts, shall we? If Richard watches this, he might be able to tell us where this 13.2 volt figure comes from and why all the CB power supplies are 13.8 volts. Just unplug that. So I'm not plugging it into the mains to start with because I'm going to change the capacitors in the power supply. So let's plug the test set in. If I can find me another lead. Where's that gone? There we are. Oh, it's 2 o'clock, is it? Cheers, Harb. Thanks for joining us today, mate. Appreciate it. Harb's got a good channel, by the way, people. So check out Harb's channel. He's cracking repair channel. Well worth subscribing if you're not. So get and see Harb. Get on down and see Harb in Oz. Right. Power on. And pull. Okay, let's turn the squelch back. Whoa. Certainly receiving. So let's go 0.5 microvolts. Let's see what he's doing for 12 dB synad. You're not going to be able to see this now, are you? I wonder if I can get this camera over there. No, not really. I can hold it there, but let's just do that for a minute. If you're going to see this or not. So it's on 0.5 microvolts at the moment. .36. Pretty much the same as the other one. It's wavering around a little bit. I've got something interfering in this room with it somewhere. I'm not sure what. So let's try transmitting. Let's turn that speaker off. Let's transmit. So it's doing 3.59 watts. It's not doing full power. It's pretty much 79121, so it's not far off frequency either. Very good. Let's try channel 40, 3.49 watts, channel 1, 3.65. Okay, so it's not doing enough power, but it's receiving very well. Let's go right down. So I can hear it on 0.2. Yeah, so at 0.36, 0.37 for 12 dB, probably 0.37. Yeah, something interfering, isn't there? There we go. Okay. Right. Let's take it apart and have a look at this power supply. Someone might have already done it. Hi, well, you see, how are you? It's off at the moment. Well, your channel's off, Harb, is it? Okay, we've got... Shouldn't need to take the bottom plate off. We've got 2 screws either side and 2 screws on top. So let's get those out first. That's actually a number 3 screwdriver, I think. Strange, because if you stick it on 13.8 volts instead of 13.2, if you increase the power, you'll increase the output wattage as well. When are you off then, Sean? Are you off tomorrow, mate, or are you off today? On your incredible journey? Yeah, they're big old screws, those. I meant to see what Paul had put me in the messenger group. Oh, he's actually got me a 420 FM manual, I think. Oh, the instructions. Oh, wow. Thank you for that, Paul. Just quickly show you what Paul's just sent me across. Oxford 420M user's manual. I think I did see at the back there was a schematic for it. Let's go a bit bigger. Yeah, it's actually a readable schematic as well. Deviation R72 something. Can't see what that says. Oh, it's RVC 230, look. Rotel. That's a point. I didn't check low power on that other one, did I? Oops. I should have checked low power on that one, really. Anyway, yeah. Thank you, Paul. It's always nice to have the manual. Off in the morning, servicing, loaded the bike all day. Yeah, it's a bit like backpacking, I suppose, Sean, isn't it? You want to go as light as possible, really. Right, so this should come off, and yes, it has. There we go. I'll put that safely out of the way. Another smell of CB radio. If you take a lid off of CB radio and have a good old sniff inside, it smells of 80s electronics. It's a fairly unique smell, actually. Not that I condone CB sniffing, but you know. Okay. Right, let's get the overhead camera on the situation. And I'll show you the power supply. There we go. There we are. So there's our power supply. Make sure this light doesn't blow it out. So we've got our main cap. What's that? 2,200 microfarads at 25 volts. That's quite a big cap, so that's going to be the filter cap. I wonder if I've got anything. And I've certainly got 2,200 at 25 volts, but ideally you want one of a similar can size, because I think the bigger the can size, the better ripple handling characteristics, better smoothing, should I say. We've got 2,200. What voltage is that? 25 volts. Look at that. We've got one. Nichicon as well. Wow. A little bit smaller. It wouldn't hurt to go up to 35 volts, really, but I haven't got one of those. Let's just have a look in my other stashes. 1,000, 3,000, 16 volts. I've got all sorts of caps here, so I'm sure I'll find something that will fit. It's a bit dark, isn't it, that? Strange. Just trying to integral light on. Don't know why it's dark. probably too light now. So let's just double check I haven't got another one knocking about here. 3000s. What's that? 50 volt 2200, but that's chong. Let's not chuck a chong in. Chuck a chong in. Oh, Christ, they took the whole lot out then. Let's not chuck a chong in. Just have one more look in my other stash there. So I've got 3,300 in axials. No. I see. That doesn't sound very healthy, Doug. Okay, so we'll go with the Nichicom. We're going to need to take the bottom panel off to do that. There's only two caps in there, so we might as well get them both done. What's the other one? See, the only old one's 85 degree rated. This I think's 105. Yes, it is. Looks like 100 microfarads at 25 volts. I mean, I'll stick this one in for now, but I might order a slightly higher voltage. Saying that doesn't matter really, does it? But it's looking nice inside here. There's nothing that I can see untoward at the moment. I haven't had a good look though. Darken that down a bit now. I haven't had a good look. Let's get rid of me a minute. Oh. Evening, Derek. Rich, how are you? What are those two looking dry joints bottom left? Where do you see or have I moved it, Rich? You meant on the board there? Your bottom left is gonna be there. Are these 2 points, you mean? 1 and 2, I assume they're test points. If that's what you mean, Rich, is it? Yeah, I've got to assume that they're just test points. It looks like they're either side of this capacitor and into D1. So that's probably going to be your supply in from the transformer with this cap smoothing it. So that's just to check the transformer voltage, I expect, coming off before you get into the bridge rectifier. Yeah, that's what I would say. That is just to test the voltage coming off of the transformer, Rich, because the transformer's just behind it there. Transformer's just there. That would be my guess. Poutine. Very nice. Right, so let's get the bottom off. Actually, no, I was going to have a look around the board, wasn't I? Sorry, I've got some. I'm easily distracted. So again, it's exactly the same board really as in the last radio. Apart from we've got the extra can in this one. I don't know what that extra can does. I think it's it looks like it's part of the receiver. It's got an extra IF then, is it? Or an extra amplification. So let me get me goggles on and have a look inside here. Just make sure there's nothing untoward. It's looking really clean again. I'll tell you what, just the smell of inside this brings back memories. Yes. It's absolutely mint inside. I've really fell on my feet with this one as well, I think. Obviously it's not doing the power it could do, but that's easily sortable by the looks of it. Yeah, I can't see anything wrong with that at all. Original meter lamps. Didn't check to see whether they were working just now, but we will in a minute. Yeah, all looks good to me. I take it RV1 is going to be the output power. Don't know where that comes into the radio, but yeah, that looks really good. Hey, cheers, Derek. Thank you, mate. So yeah, speaker, all good. Must remember to keep my fingers and thumbs away from that one, otherwise Doug will be on my case. Yeah, it's absolutely. There's no dust in here. There's no dust in it even. It's almost like it's been shut away for years. I'm really pleased with that. I'm really pleased with that. Excellent. Brilliant stuff. Right. Let's whip the bottom off then. Let's whip the bottom off of him. It smells like an old sofa. No, it's got a funny electrical. I suppose if you open an old Commodore computer or something like that, it's the same sort of smell. I don't know. You don't get it on any of the Roberts radios or anything like that. It just seems to be CB radios for some reason. Whether it's, I don't know. It's got. Doug seems to think it's all the wiring giving off smell, but you've got that wiring in a domestic radio, and they don't smell like this. It might have just been Japan, whatever the flux they were using, or. But yeah, it's definitely got a smell about it. Everybody's going to be going buying CBs now just to smell them, aren't they? Right, let's pop the bottom cover off very carefully. A lot of screws on this one. Let's get these caps done. Screw there was a bit loose. Even the bottom looks mint, doesn't it? A mint bottom. You can't say that about people, can you, really? A mint bottom it's got. It smells like the inside of George's old Ford Cortina. Yeah, see, new cars back in the day used to have a unique smell as well, don't they? These days they're not. I mean, new cars have got a smell, but not like the 80s cars. And my old Ford Capris. But yeah, definitely a smell about them. Don't need to undo that one, just that one there, hopefully, and it should come off. See, look at that. Absolutely, there's no dust on it. There's no dust on that. Wow. Just look. It's almost a museum piece. Yeah, see, that side doesn't smell as good as the other side. Right, let's get the noisy old desoldering tool on. So there's the power supply board there. It really is immaculate. I wonder why they went with that sort of pull on, push off power switch, and it's unusual. I don't expect you could get one of those now if it failed. Your Cortina had stiletto marks in the headlining. I didn't have a Cortina. Well, I did have a Cortina. I had a Mark IV Cortina Estate that I picked up for £100 as a knock around banger, really, and it went on for ages. It's a good old motor. That fuse wasn't seated properly. So negative should be that way. I'll double check. Yeah, that is negative. Okay. Right. There we go. So this is the first one. This is the large 2200 microfarads at 25 volts. It's going to be a little bit of a stretch for this one, although there's another hole there, so I might be able to use that one. That's one of the things about a lot of these power supply boards. They had connections for different capacitors. And Simon, where's Mr. Spires? He's our power supply man. What would you suggest for the power supply, Simon, if you're still there? Would you suggest up in the capacitor value? Would you suggest up in the capacitor value, Simon? Or increasing the voltage rating of it for something better? If we were doing like an upgrade on it. So at the moment it's 2200. At 25 volts. It's a lot of solder on this. What's going on with that then? Just going to get the braid on that one and have a look. Okay, so raising the voltage is not a good idea. Cats perform best near their top limit. Right, okay. So would going up to say 3,300 microfarads be of any benefit? Would it decrease the ripple? Not that there's going to be a lot of ripple on it, I don't suppose, but we can check that with the meter in a minute. 4,700 microfarads. Right. I don't think I've got anything. No, the only other ones I've got are 6,800, Simon. Yeah, 6,800s are the only ones I got. I might pick up one of those then. Be a good little test to just try the different ripple measurements on the different caps. That's all I was thinking. Trying to see where the hole is for this cap, because I don't know whether it's been bent over from that direction. I'll have to get me magnifying glasses on. Sooner. It's such a big cap, it's just soaking up the heat from my soldering iron. Yeah, it's a snap-in cap, I think. So it's got like twisted legs on it. Come on, get out. Thank you. Plus it had that horrible glue stuff on it. Let's just see if we've got another hole there, because I think this board is made for lots of different yeah. Tell you what. Let's pop a different tip in there. Use a weller. That'll do it. Why would I want to use a weller, Benji? So that's that one. Where's this other one then? It's over there. It's got to be, I think, that one. Yeah. No. Yeah, okay. My gun's got no suck. Yeah, those temperature controlled, is it TCP wellers? They're pretty good, Benji, I must say. But the pace for me is amazing. So I'm converted to pace, Benji. Oh. Right, there we go. So let's just have a look at that one. So it's obviously which way round is negative. And that is 100 microfarads at 25 volts. Right, okay. Let's get one of those. No, that's an axial. I've got the axials and the radials all mixed up now. Right, 100. What have we got here? We've got worth 100 at 35 volts. What's this here? 100 at 35, what did I say? It was 25, didn't I? $100 at 25. So that's Panasonic 105 degree rated. Rated? And they put that one in. Yeah, so that's one of these snap-in caps. I think I will do what Simon said and get a larger one. There's the other one disappeared off too. So I think that one. Positive, positive. What? The negative is to the left. So, yeah, okay. Let's pop it back over. Yeah, I'm not going to even try it at the moment, George. I'm going to try it with it in just to see what it is, and then I'll compare it when we fit a new one. We're just doing them because of the age of the set, George, that's all. Just turn, oh, it'd be like 360. Shaved your head. Mrs. Cruncher chopped me. She's done the chop. I'll leave those leads a little bit bigger actually. I can reuse that cap then if I do change it. Okay, that's the power supply caps done anyway. So we've got to test the old ones, haven't we? We've got to test the old ones. So what do we think then? Place your bets. Let's get the ES Army out wherever he is. Hiding under the calculator. So, capacitor bingo time. Let's go with the biggie first. 2,200 microfarads, 25 volts. Place your bets. Hi Bob, how are you? Harrier home base, mate. Yeah, you've got it. Bear with me, I'm just going to get a drink, so I'll leave you guessing. 2,200 microfarads. Will it be good or bad? Right, coming back. You got Harrier hooked up to half an aerial. Right, we ready? I'm going to push the button. 2.2 ohms, that'll be high going. 0.10, Andrew. Oh dear. Well, that's not bad, is it? 2470, who's closest to that? Dave Max 24. 2450, Gavin. Gavin's got it. Gavin takes it. So he wasn't bad, was he, really? That was probably intolerance. What's 20% on 2,200? I could do that on my calculator, can't I? Has it got a percent? Oh, I haven't got a percent button on it. No. No percento. I did get that working with some decent batteries. Look. It does work. I can do it longhand, but I can't do maths, you know that. You know I can't do maths. What have I won, or what's ending? Something's ending, or I've won something. The next one's 100 microfarads then. Yeah, there's been quite a lot of Harrier and York home bases on eBay recently. I've had my eye on a few. I've made a couple offers on ones that are a bit rougher, but yeah. So what do you reckon then? 100 microfarads, 25 volts. Out of tolerance totally. Drunken eBaying again. No, I think the drunken eBaying was the Harvard, probably, Dom, but it's a good drunken eBay by the looks of it, because it's absolutely mint. It's really good inside. I've got a bit of a jumble of leads going on here at the moment. What's Paul saying? I can't even pronounce that. So it's something like 100 million, Paul? I can't count the number of zeros from here. Yeah, you think the other thing, Bob, for a home base, it's not got a massive amount of controls on it, has it? You would have thought it'd have had mic gain in that. As I say, the ultimate probably is the Midland 76-900, but you try finding one of those without any damage on it. It's a lovely bit of kit, but yeah. So we've got an old style plug on this one as well, which we're going to need to get shot off and stick a. That's a Bakelite plug, that. So someone's put an older plug on it. Certainly it's a decent plug, but look nice on a valve set. That a bit of brown Bakelite. It is brown, isn't it? Yeah. Afternoon, John. How are you? So, John, you think it's exactly 100? Are we all done? Are we all done? Let's test it. Oh wow. Well, to be fair, then, this ain't seen any action, has it? This radio, I don't think, because you'd think with the power supply, it would age a bit, the capacitors, but those two are absolutely bang on, look. So, well, at least we know that we've got better quality caps in there now, so the power supply will go on for another 30 odd years, won't it? So there. You won, George. What did you say, 98? I can't see now. 105. John had 100 though, George. Yeah, John had 100, George, so I think he just pipped you. It is a 30-year-old plug, and back then you didn't have to have shielded pins on them. Let's have a look what fuse has got in it. Should be a 3 amp, and it is a 3 amp. Old style 3 amp as well, look. Not a pinky one. But that'll do for now. It's a retro plug for a retro radio, isn't it? I'm not going to be selling it on, I'm sure, unless the 76-900 comes up in mint condition, then I might sell it on, but it's absolutely immaculate. I'm still chuffed at how nice it is inside. It's no dust, not a speck of dust in it at all. It's obviously stuck back in its box and put up in someone's loft for many, many years. Right, let's have a quick look where the power output is then. So it comes off of those two pins. Okay. So negative and positive. So that's the two pins there. That's a negative pin and that's a positive. So we can stick the meter on that and have a look at the ripple. So I'll plug it into my Variac. Just untangle my meter from all the other bits and pieces. Let's get rid of me. Let's zoom out a little bit. You don't need to see the meter that big, really, do you? Pardon me. Yeah, they are good, Bob. Did you miss the earlier one, Bob? I did the I keep calling it a Rotel, but the Harvard 420M. That one was very nice, very sensitive as well. Right, let's turn it on then. If I can find the pulley knob. There we are. Let's just wind the voltage up to 240. I think I'll probably croc clip that on, is easier. Clip lead it on, croc clip lead. Positive. I've got shaky hands today. I blame the rum. Totally the rum's fault, nothing to do with me. Just the rum. Okay, so we'll have a look at the DC voltage first. So I'm just winding that up on the power supply. So what's it rated at? 240 volts. Stuff ain't rated at 240 volts anymore, is it? According to my power supply, that's 240 volts. 11.9 volts. It's a little bit low. Should be 13.2. So I can have a look, see if there's any ripple on it. There's nothing on that, is there? What's that? 0.009 volts of AC on it. Okay, so we need to tweak that up to 13.2. I believe it said, didn't it? See if we can get a tool in there. Don't really want to get my hands near the transformer, but it's great in that you can't get into the flipping thing. Excuse me. No, wrong one. Get off. There's a fly in here now. I'm going to have to use a normal screwdriver, I think. Okay. There we go. So that's our voltage. We've got any ripple at 13.2 volts. .57. Nothing, is it? Yeah, I blame all the gear no idea as well, Sean. Can you put bare Christmas tree lights on that? Oh, you can put bare Christmas trees. Really, Sean? Now test the sag when the rig transmits. Okay, let's stick the test set in the back. Let's find a microphone. Good idea, George. Can't see right in the front now. Not bad. 0.1 of a volt. And our power's up now to 4.44 volts. Watts, even keep calling it volts. I take it the ripple's not going to alter when I key up. Oh, it does. 288. 28. Yeah. So there you are. Nice radio. So what I'll do is I think I'll have a play with that capacitor, and not that that ripple is any problem at all, but it's not bad, George, is it? I have got a CB power supply to do as well. Won't be today, but I'll tell you one thing that we can try. Is actually plugging this into the mains voltage. I know it's not, I don't know anything near it. Just to see what what it's doing connected to the actual mains rather than through my isolation transformer, because it doesn't reflect the true mains voltage, and obviously I want it at 13.2 on my mains voltage, not on the variable transformer. Shaky hands. It is Chris's fault, totally. Okay, so let's pop it on. Pull the right knob. Still 13.2, it's slightly high, but yeah, so I don't know what my mains voltage is. I've got to get one of those kilowatt plugs. So what we'll do for testing is I won't leave it plugged into the mains. I'll put it on the power supply, because it's got current limiting. If I do touch something accidentally, it'll cut out on the power supply current limiting. Whereas if it's on the mains, it won't do anything apart from blow the fuse up. Okay, so let's get the power lead back up, and we'll see if we can get any more out of this one. I mean, this is going to live on my amateur radio bench, so let's go with their test voltage of 13.2. Okay, let's get that off now. Sounds a good little experiment anyway, wouldn't it? It's a big old beastie. Right. Let's get you on the overhead camera again. Was quite a way out though, wouldn't it? It's down to 11 point something volts. Right, where are you seeing? You're not seeing there, are you? So you need to go over there to start with. So exactly the same procedure as last time, which I think was those two, that one, then down through there for maximum on the, oh hang on. So it's those two there, that one, that one, that one, and that one. Exactly the same as the other board. So let me get my other meter on the test set. Give Simon something to look at. Actually, we've got to let's do the do it in the order they say in the manual. So we've got to get delta switch set to 0. That's a point. Delta tune. That's a good point actually, because delta tune would chuck us slightly off frequency. So delta tune puts it 40 hertz higher. So There's the test set, so let's turn it back on. Let's go into transmit. So we're looking, this is what it should be. So slightly down is 21, so we can just pull that back in. With that one there. No, that's not long enough to go in there. There we go. Oh, it's flickering between 2.5 and 2.6. Pretty good. So that's done. VCO. Channel 40 again. Right, so we can come off of that one for a minute. Apologies, my head was in the way then. VCO we need to do with the meter. That's a bit overkill, isn't it, size-wise? Let's just zoom out a bit. Oh, Delta Tune's only RX. 6 watts you get. I think the other one did just under 6. So we're looking for 4 volts. So on channel 40. I made that mistake just now. It's on 40. Channel 40. So we should be getting 4 volts on receive. And we're 4.5. So we're a little bit high. And on transmit, we're still high, 4.4. So let's alter that. Where's my little trimmer? There we are. So let's do the receive one first, which is T1. So as soon as I put that in, it's really touchy, isn't it? Let's use a ceramic one. It's still touchy with a ceramic one. Not quite as bad though. As soon as you touch it, it's that'll do. And transmit is the one right underneath my test lead there. Which you're going to have to use that one for. So transmit is that one. That was equally fussy. There we go. That'll do. Sorted. I've got to check that we've got hang on, I was a bit hasty then. We've got to check it on channel 1 as well. And we've got to check it on transmit that it's so it should be 1.8 to 2.5 on channel 1. Let's just connect that back up again. So it's 2 on both. Yeah, so bang on then, should be between 1.8 and 2.5. Brilliant. Sorted. I forgot that last time. I'm the cheapest. Slide switches. Conductive wax? What are we talking about? Too much conductive glue on what, John? Right, so we've got frequency okay, we've got the VCO set fine. And now transmitter test then. So let's go in a bit closer for that. Was it that focused, or is it focused on the wires? It's focused, right, okay. So, over to the watt meter. So it's covering up part of the test, but I'll uncover it when we get to the end of it. So as I say, T2, 3 and 4, which is that one, and that one. Then it's L4, 8 and 9. So that's 4 in that one, 8, and that one's 9, the green one. Now my camera's decided it doesn't want to focus. Hello, camera. There we go. Right, so let's see what it's capable of. These don't seem to do anything really, so I'm going to leave them set as they are. Hang on, I'm on channel 40 still. Let's try that again. That's peaked. Peaked. Right, let's move on to the these here. So that one first. Let's let it catch up. Okay, where are we going? It's like 4.67. On to the next one. Let me just take that out of the way. You can see that's the next one. 4.75 in the last one. This one, the most this one will do is 5.15, look, so you won't quite do 6. It is Mike, how are you? Well, I don't know where you're from, Mike, but oh dear. I think I got an idea who Mike Hunt is, actually. Right, so we've now got to rotate L4 to obtain 4.4 volts, and that is clockwise. Are we focused? 4.4. .39, that's close enough. See, it's sticking. I've dekeyed and it's still there. So that's a bit strange, that. It does it every so often. Right, that's that one. And then I've got to rotate L9 counterclockwise to 3.8 watts. Well, we're going to do it to 4. Clockwise. Just say clockwise, doesn't it? Oh, counterclockwise. Can you see there's my great oil on the way? Right, let's try it on channel 40. 3.98. Channel 1. 4.03. It's a slight difference, but next to nothing. That's perfect. Okay. So let's try deviation. So we're now on the middle meter. Oy. Deviation. Yeah, fine. No need to alter that. So now receive. So T5, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Okay. So let's we're now looking at the end meter, that one, which is the Synab meter. Hi Simon, how are you? Didn't know that, Mike, about CB uses. Yeah, apparently it's well, I thought it was over in the States they were using it for that. Mind you, I don't know where Mike's from. You're in Dorchester, Devon. Dorchester. Right, okay, let's do the receive then. So the idea is to try and get that this figure. What was it doing at the moment? Absolutely nothing, because it's not on channel 20. Right. So let's measure where 12 dB is. So that's about So around about there, about 34 microvolts at the moment. 0.34 microvolts for 12 dB. So let's back it off more. Let's go through these and see if we can get an improvement. So this one first. Not a lot. A little bit. It's already peaked, isn't it, really? I'm not making much difference to it at all. I don't know, let's just turn that up a fraction. Maybe I haven't got the volume up high enough. Let's try that again. I'm not getting a lot out of this one, really. Last one. So to be honest, that was already peaked. I've got a bit out of it, look. 31.31 now for 12. So I've got a little bit out of it. Let's have a look at the detector then. Is it detector, discriminator? I'm not sure. Let's get rid of that. Stick it over on the scope. Doesn't like to focus on the scope for some reason. Let's get rid of those test leads out of the way. That's better. So I'm just going to do the discriminator now. So let's go to 100 microvolts. Oh, that's not looking good, is it? Let's see if we can improve that. Improved it a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. Okay, RF meter, so it wants to be the same. So RV4, let's get rid of that again. So I'm just going to do the power meter now. So if I key up, it's gone up to 4.16 now. What's it measuring on there? So, oh, it's absolutely bang on the power meter. It's chucking 100 microvolts, and it should be S9 and it's S7. So I believe it's that one there. You can't quite see where I am at the moment. Let's zoom out a bit more. So that was the one I just did for the detector, and this is the power meter, I believe. Yeah. Come on. No, fraction more. Bang on. Brilliant. Okay. Squelch. Right, let's just see where that comes in. 1 comes in at 1. So it should be 0.5, it said in the manual. So where is that one again? Where's the flipping squelch thingy gone? So it's actually on minimum, it's coming in at about 0.7 of a microvolt, and maximum squelch, let's try 100 microvolts. It's in at 100. About 30. I can't remember what we should be looking for the squelch, really. What's the small picture? Hello, Mike. So let's go back to 0.5. Well, that squelch should be coming in there, but it's not. Sorry people, I'm just messing with this radio, aren't I? Well, that's VR2, which I think is RV1. I've forgotten which one it is already. RV2, that one there. That can't be RV2. RV1 it is. Which was that one? That looks a bit cruddy, that one. So, try it the other way. Still coming in at 30 microvolts. About the same as the other one, really. Well, that's pretty much that one done as well. Pretty much that one done as well, people. sorry about the sound, Sean. Apologies, mate. Oh, we've got to get Mrs. Cruncher on, haven't we, for a test? We've got to get Mrs. Cruncher on for a test. Let's pop the dummy load in. Let's pop the dummy load in. Time for a pint, Johnny. Right, let's see if we can raise Mrs. Cruncher. Let's just sort that camera out a minute. Where are we? Right, Mrs. Cruncher's on the other end. We can ask her about tea now, can't we? Where are we? Mrs. Cruncher, can you hear me? 54321.
54321, you're very crackly. Over.
It would help if I put the dummy load in the back. Oopsie. Schoolboy error. Is that any different now? 54321. Are you still there, Mrs. Cruncher?
Still here.
Is that any better or still crackly?
Very quickly.
Very quickly, is it? They're all asking what's for tea.
Have pork, roast potatoes, homegrown kale, homegrown carrot and gravy.
There you go, people. That's what we've got for tea. Well, thank you very much. Sounds very nice. I shall be down for it shortly. I'm just wrapping up.
Oh, I shouldn't worry. It's a good half an hour or so away yet.
A half an hour or so away. Okay. Well, give me time to put the case back on this one and tidy it up a bit. And do the low power.
I have no idea what that meant, but okay.
Well, thank you for the check.
Yeah, okay. Please do not call again.
Okay. Bye-bye. There you go. That's Mrs. Cruncher live on the other side of the microphone. Right, we need to check the low power. And I'm not sure what the low power is on this. Did it say here? RF power adjustment. Set the to channel. Adjust RV5 for RF power. Okay. Set the attenuator switch, which is this one, to low. Yeah, sounds good, doesn't it? Let's just. God, that made me jump. Flipping it. Right, which one's RV5 then? It's this one up the top here. So we've got to alter this one for 0.5 of a watt on the test set. So it's 0.1 of a watt at the moment. Let's show you that. Let's get you on that in a minute. Hang on, where are we? Webcam off. So if I key up 0.1, it needs to be 0.5, so it's the adjustments in the back here. Wrong way. .5. I thought it was 0.4, but it says in here. Adjust RV5 for RF power output of approximately 0.5 of a watt. Make sure that the RF power should attenuate more than 10 dB on both channel 1 and channel 40. Let's try channel 1. 0.48. Channel 40, 0.46. So on channel 20, smack bang in the middle, with 0.5. That's fine. Sorted. So it wasn't very good on low power, was it? But that's done. So you're all on your way round to mine, are you? Actually, let's sort that camera back out down onto the bench. While we put this old girl back together. There we go. Right, let's turn her off. Turn the test set off. Turn the soldering iron off. Too many things plugged in here. Oh, hello. Power sockets just pulled out, I think. Oh, it's only clipped in. This plug I've got is really tough to get in and out. I must change it for another one. Yeah, it's just a push in. It's okay, not done any damage there. Nope. Right. Let's get its bottom on. Get its bottom on. If I can find its bottom. I'm running over everything here with a chair as usual. What did I do with its bottom? Here, bottom. Bottom. Anybody see what I did with the bottom of it? Oh my god, can you loosen that, Graham? Oh, there it is. Okay. As I say, absolutely no dust on that whatsoever, look. It is like brand new. So I've just got to sort myself out an aerial now. And we might actually be able to have an actual conversation with a CBer. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? If there is any around here. Sounds like Maddie's trying to open my parcels that have just arrived. She opening my parcels? I've got a couple products been sent, well, a couple products that have been sent to me for review on Amazon. So they're not really radio related as such. As a lumbar support, which might help my chair here actually, and a little alarm clock to review. It's quite nice to be asked to review things, isn't it? And obviously I'll get to keep them. So I think a lumbar support might be really handy because I'm always leaning forward in this chair. If I had something behind me that I could push back against a bit more, it would help actually. So that'll be interesting. Tea at mine. This is the Harrier CBHQ, Sean. UK 2781 home base CB radio. And it is a beauty as well. Just for reference, there you go, Sean. There she is. Needs a bit of a clean up on the front, but as I say, I think this one's been sat in someone's loft for many years. And I did pay a lot of money for this, really. Probably not scary money, but more than you would expect to pay for a CB normally. But I got it for less than 3 figures, shall we say. So there's a little bit of dust in the top there. I've got everything though, to be fair, Simon. I can actually stick it I can stick it in the car. I've got plenty of mobile radios here. I've got some mag mounts. I've actually got mag mounts actually here, including a monster of a mag mount, a triple mag mount, which I bought for amateur radio stuff really, but the only problem is I haven't got the center for it. I bought it in a clearance at one of the CB or amateur radio suppliers. I think it was CB supplier. It might have been Knights or Thunder Pole. Or what was the other one? Trucker. What's it called? Truck King. That's it. It might have been Truck King. I don't know. Now I think I paid 97 quid for it, Sean. Plus the postage. To be honest, that's not a bad price, is it? As I say, they were 149 quid new. Hi Lee, how are you? Yeah, they're 149.95 new, Sean. So I don't know what that what the equivalent price would be these days. So there we go. Harrier CBHQ Harrier. Hacker. Who said hacker? Who was that said hacker? You got in my head now. That's Doug. That's for you, Doug. It's a Harrier CBHQ. Branded. Well, it was Dixon's brand, so it was Halford sold them as well. There you go. Let's put that one safely out of the way. Whew. Let's have another drink in my corporation pop. We could always try and get this nice radio working. Look. How about this one? Oh my God. This is from my junk radio pile, my junk CB radio pile, which I actually bought off of a farmer many years ago. I've got a whole box full of them up in the loft. There's all sorts up there. This is an AM radio, I think. CB Master. Probably imported from the States, I would have thought. Someone's really chewed the hell out of the front. I don't know what. I think they were trying to get. Yeah, they pinched one of the pots off the front of it. Look. It's a hell of a mess, isn't it? But you know, there's some useful parts on it. I don't think the channel selector will be right, because they've got to be correct for the PLO chip, haven't they? I think the channel selector, but there's useful parts on it still. So we've got squelch, and I don't know what that one would be off gain, I expect. We've got an S meter on there, which is quite nice. It looks like same as the Rotel actually. No, it's not quite the same. Yes, it is. Yeah, same meter as the Rotel, so that'll be useful if I ever get a Duff meter. It's got an LC7131 PLL in it. We've got some cores in it as well, which are useful to replace broken ones. So yeah, this is how I got it. I've got worse than this up there. You know, there's a power supply socket. That's a weird one. That's but yeah, useful for spares, definitely. He used it to milk his cows with, Theo, did he? Haircuts, Lee, yeah. Bit swift mine. Mrs. Cruncher got me with the clippers. So yeah, the output transistor's been pinched out of it. I don't know what that was, but it's gone. Which is a shame because output transistors are expensive if you can get them. If you can get them. So yeah, it's certainly got a lot of useful bits. There's a little ceramic filter in there. Looks like someone's tried to desolder that, or it's got a dry joint on it, broken off legs or something. So yeah, that was just one from my junk pile that I pinched because I wanted a locking nut for Richards that I pinched. I've got to send that back to him actually. His Binatone 5-star chassis that I borrowed. Frame it, wall art. It's a Maxcom inside it. You know it, Bob, do you? You know that radio. Yeah, it says CB Master 204. Oh, it actually says AM 40 channel Citizens Band transceiver made in Korea. Not made in Korea, made in Korea. It's been inspected as well, look. Yes. Yeah, there's a few bits in it. It's got some of those little pots in it which are quite useful. Those little skeleton trimmers. I don't know what that IC there is. It's a Toshiba by the looks of it. TA7310P. I don't know if that's an audio chip. No, the audio chip's down here. Yeah, some useful bits on it. But yeah, well done if spotting it's a Maxcom board. Doesn't really say anything on it. It's got a board number on it. Filled with monitoring chips. I don't expect they even knew what monitoring chips were back then. Yes. But anyway, as I say, it's useful for spares. You know, we've got an antenna socket if we need one, and some of this stuff was made quite well, but this ain't the best I've seen. But I've got Midland AM rigs up there. I've got some. I gave one to Chris. I gave him a Cobra AM rig, little one. And I've got loads of Harvard Good Buddy rigs, and they were rubbish. And I suspect they probably still are now. I want that camera. Yeah, Harvard Good Buddy. What a rig that was, wasn't it? Look at the old hair, eh? It's a bit swift, isn't it? She's really to the bone, that is, pretty much. So people, I think that's about it for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. As I say, it's not a domestic radio, but it's my radio, so I've got to have a play with some of my stuff from time to time, haven't I? Rather than fixing everybody else's. And I'll have to dig all the Amazon stuff out for a look, won't I? No worries, Aston. That's better. There we go. So if I missed anything, yeah, Simon's asking about CB car setup. Yes, I've got mag mounts and that just here on the side of my filing cabinet. So I have got all the kit to put it in the car. I was thinking of sticking my amateur radio stuff back in the car, to be honest, because I haven't had an amateur radio rig in the car for many years. Really, just because of the fact I had company cars and you weren't really allowed to screw anything to them or whatever. But I've got the little Maycom that I used to just Velcro to the carpet on the side of the gearbox tunnel. But yeah, so I'm definitely thinking of getting amateur radio back in the car. I've got my Yaesu, which I use in here. Really, don't really want to stick that one back in the car permanently. But I've got a Kenwood TMD 700E up there, which I could stick in the car. It's got a nice little remote mounting head on it, so I might do that when I get a chance. Thanks then, everybody. As I say, I should be on at some stage in the week. What day it is, I don't know yet. I was going to come on at Wednesdays, but Mrs. Cruncher has been finishing work early on a Wednesday. So I like to try and sort of not... well, it's difficult to try and fit everything in on a Wednesday, really. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are probably a bit better, but Friday seems to work. So really, I'll be on at some stage in the week, and with whatever I'm working on. I think next on the bench is probably Tony's Selena, which is just down there. So that's a Selena Vega 215. So that's long overdue for repair, so that must be done. Thanks, David. Glad you enjoyed that, mate. So there we are, people. As I say, CB Radio is making a bit of a comeback. I've got a couple alloy scaffold posts coming this week. I'm going to see if I can get an aerial. Then maybe next Sunday we can have a little play with the base station on air. But I have sort of tidied up this room, but I haven't done my amateur radio side of the room yet. Do you want to see my amateur radio side of the room? Oh, the set with the AF118. That's just there for anybody that wants to buy an Atlantis, really, Theo. So that's one of my sets. It's not a customer set. But let's see if I can show you my amateur radio side of the room that's not been cleared up yet. It's a bit dark because this no, can't really. Well. Whee. There. So that's sort of my amateur radio side of the room at the moment. It's a bit cluttered, but it's probably dark because I haven't got the light on it. There we go. That's better, isn't it? So yes, a bit cluttered. That's my main HF base station. ATU, microham here on top, and then over here I've got it might light up a bit better. That's my little Yaesu that I use up on top, and then there's a Yaesu scanner, AOR, spectrum display unit, AOR 5000 receiver, and then it's all sat on an ICOM speaker for this one. And then over there underneath that junk is my Mullard high-speed valve tester, which still needs a refurb. So there you are, that's my amateur radio side of the room. So, as I say, I have tidied up, believe it or not. I can actually get to my computer desk now, which is over there. I can actually get to that. I've got floor space now available again. So that's my computer desk. So, hang on, what am I doing? There we go. It's all coming together. I spent the whole of last week clearing all that lot up. So you got double of me now. 857D, yes it is, Dom. It's actually not that bad. I mean, the only messy bit is the windowsill where I put all my like power supplies and little bits and pieces. Most of the, well, all of the radio kit I can get to and operate, so it's not too bad. Mrs. Cruncher will need a skip. Yeah, it's not as bad as it looks, Bob. So there you are, people. I'm going to call it a day. Thank you for joining me today and putting up with me me indulging my CB radio fetish. Hope it was enjoyable for everyone. But anyway, we've had a bit of a laugh as well, haven't we? I could have my own ham swap meet. More power supplies than a charity shop. Yeah. There's quite a few there, but they all fit stuff. This is a problem, Rich. I've got a windowsill full of power supplies. I've got my old Roberts tape recorder, which I used to have hooked up to the receiver for recording all the air band. So I used to go to work in the day, leave that on Vox, and it used to just kick in when the airband came on, and I could spend the evening listening to the air traffic from the day. More CBs, the better. I've got stacks, Bob, to get through, and I've got to start knocking some of them out soon because I'm not going to keep them all. There'll be a couple that I'll want to keep, but most of them will be up for grabs, and I will stick them on my website as and when I get them done. Radiocruncher.com. So you'll see them popping up there. So cheerio, everybody. Have a good one. Have a good week, and I'll see you a bit later in the week. Bye for now.